Michael Singleton. Scott Bolden is here. Michael, former Deputy Chief of Staff, Department of Housing and Urban Development. Scott, former Chairman of the D.C. Democratic Party. Gentlemen, it is good to see both of you.
Yeah, good to see you, Lee.
All right, look, Scott, I'm going to start with you because we can all agree the climate is changing. That's just a fact. We can see it and it's happening. Wouldn't everyone be a little bit better served if, when we talked about climate change, we were talking about events that actually had to do with climate change rather than you just using it to explain everything and try to gain political power from it?
Well, Democrats and those who believe in climate change tend to do that. In this particular case, this was a comedy of errors that led to this tragedy. I think the Democrats should have held their fire because just from the videos that you've shown, this was a local issue of negligence. Gross negligence, and there are going to be lawsuits flying. I think there are 4 pending now. There are going to be a lot more because of not only the response by the government, but by the water companies, but also this electric company who knew or should have known. That's a very successful plaintiff's lawsuit against all of those entities, and they're on their way. They're coming.
What's stunning to me, this is a tragedy. There's a lot of dead people. We're not the ones making a political point about it. The political point's already been made by so many Democrats right now. But that one of the reasons that the electric company allegedly didn't do more to protect from wildfires was because they were spending all their money trying to meet clean energy requirements because of various regulations.
I mean, this is what happens when you burden companies with over-regulation. I think some Democrats, particularly progressives, not all Democrats, particularly progressives, have really attempted, Leland, to push some of these companies to have to make tough decisions in terms of safety in this case, or meeting some of these legislative bureaucratic standards, a lot of red tape that have been passed by some of these local bodies. And here's the result of this. A company trying to figure out, okay, yeah, we're making revenue, but we're going to have to make some tough decisions to meet the requirements of local leaders, and they did, and here's the result.
That's not why this fire and this tragedy occurred. How can you paint this with a broad brush and say it's because the company made a bad choice and not being able to do both, clean energy as well as protecting the lives of people by shutting down power, by enhancing these power lines? They knew or should have known that these fires would burn. Now, did it burn longer or harder because of climate conditions?
Scott,
you know what it did?
Hold on, let me just bring this back.
Negligence is why it burns so long.
Senator Jeff Merkley, never missing an opportunity to miss an opportunity to make a point. Heartbreaking fires in Hawaii. Scientists are clear that climate chaos wreaking havoc on ecosystems everywhere is the new norm. We need to take action immediately, or it will get even worse. I guess the question is, why isn't he demanding, put climate change off for a second, let's get the power lines in Hawaii fixed so this doesn't happen on other islands? It seems as though the political points are so much more important, Scott, than actually protecting people.
Well, to a Democratic elected official, everything's got to do with climate change, and it is a broad piece that is affecting this planet and this country. At the same time, though, I'd be more comfortable with the congressman asking for an investigation because he made those comments probably at or before all of this other information came out in regard to what happened locally and the negligence that went with it.
All right, President Biden's going to be there on Monday after, shall we say, a long time not really figuring out how to respond to this. Spent a weekend on the beach.
Well, what does that mean?
I mean, it means he's been on the beach in Delaware.
A week and a half ago, he said he's going to send everything their way. After that, he said no comment.
But you know what?
The place is thousands of miles away. It takes time to get assets there. The National Guard was sent out immediately.
So wait a minute, Leland. So Maui is about 4,700. Maui is about 4,700 miles away from Joint Andrews Base. I talked to a retired naval colonel about this. Air Force One can travel almost 8,000 miles without needing to refuel. And the colonel made the point to me: if the president wanted to get there, he could have gotten there, and it would not have impacted the resources on the ground.
It's not about sending the
We
president.
agreed that he could get there.
So why didn't he go?
It's not about get in the way. He was on the phone with the governor. The governor said, "Come on Monday." They're trying to clean up a disaster area.
He could have sent resources and still have gone to attract media attention to what's going on the ground.
He ordered everything. He ordered everything. Immediately when it occurred, it's not Joe Biden. Joe Biden's not to blame for everything. Stop it. There you go again.